that.
with our devices.
As long as it's louder than
yeah, that'll be
my
great.
tongue.
So we talked about like the things I think about, and I only use one pack of cards once. I never use it more than once.
Oh wow.
These will be yours when I leave here. I never keep them.
That's nice.
But
Can you autograph them?
if you want.
That would be fantastic.
But I think about it because they're just pieces of paper, right?
Right.
And it's 54 pieces of paper minus the jokers, you get 52, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I find fascinating about them, right, and this is where I start getting into my Buddhist shit, is that if these are pieces of paper, they used to be trees,
Right.
and those trees used to be soil and water and air and sunshine,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they literally come out of nothing and then they've been stuck here. They're stuck here. This is a very magical thing, the journey of paper, right? When you think about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of intense. And what I think is even more fascinating is that every single one of these cards has always been the same since the history of magic, or just cards in general. They didn't start out as magic. They started out as, well, maybe I'm saying that a little too soon. No one knows where they came from at all. Like, you can try to look it up, you can try to figure it out, you're just not going to. I did. Because there's a lot of things that are going on with cards. How many cards are in a pack without the jokers?
52.
52, right? How many weeks are there in a year?
Oh.
52.
52, right.
52, right? How many seasons are there?
4.
Right, there's 4 suits of cards, right? Spades, diamonds, clubs, hearts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every season's about, what, 3 months? Right, roughly. Every single suit has 3 picture cards. That's 3, 6, 9, 12 picture cards. So there's 1 picture card for every month. And there's 13 phases of the moon where it goes from completely black to completely full, and then a few days full, and then back to black, right? It's about a 28-day cycle.
Okay.
So like 13, there's 13 cards in every suit. It goes 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 13 cards in every suit. There's dark cards and there's light cards, right? Like you have day and night. And if you take the value of these cards and you do it at home if you want, and you call aces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you call jack 11, queen 12, and king 13, and you multiply that by 4, you go 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. You'll get 364 as the total value for a pack of cards.
Huh. You may have to go over that again with me, but
Oh no! It's a lot of information, right? When you think about it.
Well,
But
were they based in like
no one
tarot
knows.
cards?
Well, no, opposite. Tarot cards are based on playing cards. Playing cards came first. Tarot cards came second. Most people would use, what do you say? They would use the playing cards to do divination, and then the tarot card was born out of the playing card.
Nice.
So, very fascinating stuff. And the history of cards, they've always been aces, they've always been jacks and kings and queens, and they vary a little bit over time, and by country, but largely, they've always been the same for over 1,000 years, 800,000 years. And no one knows who invented them. There's juries out on whether it's China or Turkey or wherever, but they got passed around quite a bit, right? So like, if we were to do this, we've shuffled them up, they're all mixed up, and they're all different, right?
Yeah, they look pretty well shuffled.
All different. I'm gonna look away and I want you to like pull a card out and keep it really close to your chest. Okay. Just take a real good look at that. Like, don't even let anybody else see it or anything like that. Okay, now I want you to pretend that, and this would be a divination type thing. You could have picked any card you wanted to. You grabbed one out. Doesn't seem like a fair choice, right?
Yeah.
And if I was holding it right here to the camera, and I'm looking at the back of it, so it would look like this to us, but it would be different on the front, you know. But I had your card out. I can't have it out, you have it, actually. So I'd have it here, and I'm showing it to the camera, and we're both looking at the back. Let me know when you can visualize that.
visualize you doing that.
Yeah,
My card.
for
doing
pretend,
that?
like in a pretend realm.
Okay, so I'm visualizing my card in your hand doing what we just did.
Facing him.
Okay, I'm doing it.
You seeing it?
I see it.
So it's red on the back and everything like
Yep.
that. So if we flipped it over and looked at it, we could see the face now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you visualize that in your brain?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
King of clubs. What
How
is
the
that?
hell did you do that,
Let's
man?
see it. Isn't that wild?
How do you do that?
I know, you could have picked anything. It's so strange. It's wild. Like that's what's absolutely.
How do you learn how to do something like that? That's not. How can you learn that? It's not like sitting there and repeating a guitar lick over and over again.
It's not. It isn't. But like, it's just wildly different. Like if we were to do a different one, right? So do me a favor. This time we're gonna do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the cards, and you're gonna kind of lean back in the couch, and you're gonna go like this. You're not even gonna show it to the camera. This is just gonna be between you and I. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You know he's not. I'm not. But you're gonna go through and you're gonna find a card you like, and I don't know which card that's gonna be.
Alright.
Okay. But when you find it, and you're gonna play it close, so I won't see it come out or anything like that. So I don't see it come out. Say you wanted the Queen of Hearts. I want you to break the deck in half like this and just look at that one card. So you'd be like this, and you like, oh, I like this.
So I'm holding it and I'm looking at it. And
Yeah. But
they're
you're gonna break it
separated.
where you find the card. So you separate it, and I want you to stare at that card and get it trapped in your brain.
Okay.
Whatever that's gonna be. But lean back in the chair,
Alright.
face me,
Let's
so
make
I
it-
can't see behind you.
Try and make it
He
as
can't
fair
see.
as possible.
Yeah, and hold them up. Wherever you find that card, you break it in half exactly where you found it. Yep. And look at it for 3 seconds. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Take it off, put it back in the deck anywhere you like.
Alright.
Now you got it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the fairest way you could pick a card. Because you actually got to look at all the faces and you grabbed one out.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So as far as card tricks go, I mean that's a pretty damn fine one, right? When you think about it.
I thought the other one was fine, man.
But this one,
you were moving the cards, and I just
yeah,
I wasn't even.
But this one, you got to go in
Okay,
and
but
pick
this is a
whatever
little
card
bit
you
more
want.
right, and
Would
not
you
only
like to
that.
shuffle these?
Sure. I'm not really good at that.
That's
but,
fine.
You know, I actually already thought of the card, which I was thinking before. I was thinking, well, I'm thinking of it, and if he's a magician, then maybe there's some mind reading going on.
Well, remember we talked about manifesting earlier and like kind of putting
Right.
something out in the universe. So you already had that thing. So
I already knew what card I wanted to get.
Okay, and there's no way I could have known that, right? There's
No, I
one
just
in
said it to
52.
myself in my head, which is maybe giving you too much information.
Right. Maybe
you
so.
should teach me how to shuffle better too.
Oh no, you're doing great.
I'm
It's
not
real.
using it.
I'm here for authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do this one more time.
So in the world of manifesting stuff, right? Like you've thought of a card, you've put in here, and you've shuffled it,
Mm-hmm.
and no one else knows, not the camera, not me, not you, or anything like that. And it could be any number of these cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what it can't be is one of these jokers,
Okay. Right.
technically.
Well, at this point,
well, the weird thing about a joker is its sole job is to, for one, it's a wild card. It actually can be any card.
okay, that's what its function is.
That is function. Two, they give you 2 jokers because if you miss in cards back in the day, cards, you can't just go to the store and buy cards, so you'd use your jokers to take the place of cards you're
Oh, I didn't know
missing.
that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Do you want the one with color or the one without color?
Oh, yeah, black and white.
The black and white. Okay, sweet. Now, I want you to do this, and I want you to hold your hand flat like your table up here. Yeah, that's perfect. And I want you to pretend, just pretend, that that's the card you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not real, right? It's definitely not real. But I want you just to pretend for 2 seconds that that's the card you're thinking of. And when you
Okay.
really believe that's the card you're thinking of, before you turn it over, I want you to tell everybody what it is. What card are you thinking of?
Well, the card that I picked before, it was the 2 of Hearts.
Now, 2 of Hearts. You could have picked 4 of Clubs. You could have picked Ace of Spades. You could have picked
It
anything.
just popped into my head.
I want you to believe that joker is the 2 of Hearts.
I would believe that, considering
Okay.
that you just blew my mind.
When you got it, when you believe it, I want you to turn it over.
Okay. So what I'm thinking about is that there's a Toyota that's on either side, and then there's hearts. There's two hearts actually.
Yeah.
In there, and it's red.
Okay. Turn it over.
But I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid.
How did that happen? Oh, what if? Oh, I could have done this, Mike. How about this? How about if I'd set a different card at the point when I was saying that, and I'd chosen it before, and
Now we're talking about alternative universes.
right, and it's like all of a sudden I picked the card, I did this, I shuffled it, I did all that stuff, and then at the last minute, instead of saying the 2 of hearts, I'd said like, you know, whatever, the 4 of clubs, and then you're like going, oh no.
Oh, I mean, I've had people do that shit before, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Like, a lot of times you have to control for it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you just
Not
control
really.
for it. That's all. You just control for it.
And you teach magic too, don't you?
Sometimes.
I know you have
I pick
friends that
students
you've taught.
sometimes. Steven
Yeah.
from Slim.
Oh, he's so
Yeah.
funny with that.
He's very
You
funny.
can tell he loves it too.
Yeah, I mean, I like doing it. I do it for people that care about it and want to do good at it, even if their performance style doesn't mesh with mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my style's like this. It's very, very strange and stuff. But, like, I believe in, like, all these weird alternative realities, like, stuff that didn't even really happen. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that thing that we just did that really happen to you?
Well, I'm pretty sure we got it on tape too.
Yeah.
So.
But did it really happen? It's hard to conceive.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what this experience is.
Well, like,
what other experiences.
take your 2 of hearts and put it in your pocket so you keep it forever and ever.
But it's the Joker.
Did it really happen?
I wasn't even watching it then.
You can watch it on tape.
But I've been watching everything that you've been doing pretty well, and I've been trying to act like I wasn't watching.
Mm-hmm. How's that working out for you?
Well, it's working out great because I'm kind of in this giddy mood now. It's just like insane.
Well, these are going to be for you. So those are some. That's kind of where my magic is these days, in these weird spaces of alternative realities and like cards and you know.
They start smoking.
They start smoking, but are they 18? I don't know. Probably.